Hey everyone, Eric Nelson here once again, and thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. Well, I am back with another book review, which I will be reviewing David Perlmutter's My Way. Now, for those of you who haven't seen my other book reviews, here's why I have a copy of the book cover on a piece of paper. I have the book on my Amazon Kindle, which is on my laptop, and my webcam is also on my laptop. But unfortunately, don't I really don't know all the techniques on with all this recent technology. So until I learn more on how to upload images, I'm resorting to this method. So anyway, back to the book. First of all, this is not a fictional book. It's not a book that has a fictional story or a fictional centerfold. What this is actually is a marketing book. And I think that this book is not only good for, well, it's actually aimed towards indie authors to try to help them uh, promote their work, but I think it could be good for anyone, even a traditional author who's not all into the recent social media and to the recent technology. I mean, because I mean, in this book, David Perlmutter explains a lot how social media can help you with book sales, and also not just with the book sales. In my opinion, social media can help you with almost anything. Advertisements or businesses. Yeah, no, with social media. I mean, of course, there are dangers to social media, but if you use it right, it can be good. But that's a different story. Now, if you haven't recognized the author's name, David P. Perlmutter, he actually wrote a best-selling book. Well, I mean, it didn't become a best-selling book as he was writing it and right after he released it, but it is it is an independent published book, and after he published it, his family and friends started to pick it up, which gave him a handful of sales. But then after a while, sales began to decline for him until he thought of a different technique, and which is actually very easy, especially nowadays. Go, go out there and start marketing. Through, as I said before, social media. There's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, Goodreads, and many others. Now, in the book, he actually begins the book by explaining what you need to do if you don't have the patience or not a lot of experience in how to do the actual formatting and editing yourself, because although it may look and sound easy, I mean, it may not be as easy as you would think it is. Now, I haven't gotten to that stage yet, but I will be in the process of doing so soon. So, I can't really tell you if he's right or wrong. Well, I mean, it's basically up to you. If you are up to it, then fine. As he says in the book, if you're up to it, take a stab at it. So he had said, that he found someone on the Twitter that who had experience with, and then he helped him out with it, and also, and then also if you need help with the designing your book cover as well, I mean, you can find people who have experience with that, because you remember the old saying, never judge a book by its cover. Well, that only is relevant for certain things. When it comes to finding a good book, sometimes you have to judge by its cover because the cover should say a lot. I mean, maybe not a whole lot because it's just a book cover, but a lot subliminally. I mean, subliminally. I'm sorry, I can't say that, but make sure that there's a good subliminal message within the book cover. So then after he goes into those two things, then he goes on to how you market it and how and what you should do and what you shouldn't do. And I won't go into too much detail on that because, well, not just because I explained some of it all already, but as I say in my other reviews, I think it's up to you, the author, to read what you want to read, and also just to read the exact wording for yourselves, and see if you agree with him or not. And he also says things like what you shouldn't do as well. Now, I'll only give you one thing, that he says in the book, and that is, do not promote so much. Don't make it where you have to promote like 24/7, because that will kind of show. I mean, I think he said that if you do that, people will see that you're kind of desperate, to make money. But in my own opinion, and I don't remember if he wrote this too, but in my own experience, if you promote things so much, people will think that you're spamming. So just try to be careful, to all of you indie authors out there, and to those others who would like to read this book as well. Don't promote so much. You might come off to people as a spammer. So yeah, and then he also goes into things on like like once you become successful, like what should you do afterwards? Should you stop? Should you continue? Should you slow down? Well, as I said, it's up to you, the reader, to read this book if you agree with him or not, and just see if his advice will take you to where you want to be taken to. So as I said before, David Perlmutter's book My Way is mostly aimed towards indie authors on how to promote and sell their work. But as I said, I think this book can be used for everybody else who wants to promote something that they have, whether it's an advertisement, a product, or a business. It can be for anyone. So if you want to pick this up on my Amazon Kindle like how I did, or hopefully you can pick it up at any major bookstore, because I think this book is very helpful. It's not a long book, actually. It's short, sweet, and it gets right to the point. So I hope that you guys have picked this book up, and I hope to see you all at the bookstore.